Hello friends, so in this video we will see how to interface PIR moisture sensor with Raspberry Pi. So this is the PIR sensor. You can search it on Google and you will find this type of images, and here basically three pins are there. So first pin is for supply, third pin is for ground, and middle second pin is output. So basically you have to give supply between first and third pin, and you have to read the status of the second pin. If motion will detected, then the second pin will give +5, or you can say digital high supply, high volt, right? And if motion is not there, then it will simply generate 0, or you can say low voltage. Along with this, we have two more what we can say nodes, using which you can also do some setting for delay and for sensitivity purpose, right? So you can set this as per your requirement and application. So now we will attach this sensor with Raspberry Pi board with GPIO, right? So here you can see between pin number 2 and pin number 6 we will provide power supply from using these two pin, and output pin will connect with pin number 7, which is actually GPIO 4, right? We are talking about physical pin number 7. So here you can see one such sensor is connected with Raspberry Pi board. Pin number first and last connected between 5 volt and ground, and middle pin is connected with pin number 7. Here you can see the connections, right? So basically we will read the status of pin number 7, because that is what the sensor's output, right? Other two pins are simply power supply and ground, right? So this is what our interface circuit, right? So here you can see one sensor is there and connections are there, right? So now I will open Raspberry Pi. So here I have opened it through remote connection. I have connected Raspberry Pi with my laptop through LAN. So basically in Raspberry Pi you will have this terminal, you will have some installed software. So in terminal you can simply use any editor to create your own Python file. Here I have already created one file, first.py. So this is how you can create your file. Here simple print function is there. You can save this and you can run your Python file, and it will simply print message. So this is the one of the way how you can create your Python file. Another way is you can use already installed IDEs. So one such IDE is there called Thorny Python IDE, right? So we will use this IDE. I have already one code written, and we will use this code, right? So left side you can see our circuit connection, and right side you can see the code. So in the code you can see first two lines are importing libraries, or you can say modules. Then we are using pin number 7 for a sensor. So that's why I am defining this button is equal to 7. Then we have two function. One is setup, one is loop. So in setup function, first instruction is setting the mode. So you can see I have set this mode as a baud mode. Okay, you can see my previous video what is the difference between baud mode and BCM mode. So here I am setting this in baud mode because we will use physical count pin number 7, right? And second instruction is we are setting up the direction of the pin. So since on 7th pin sensor is connected, so we have to read, and that's why you can see the direction is gpio.in. In setup function, first argument is pin number, Second argument is what type of direction you want to set. So here I am setting gpio.in because I want to read. And third argument is default status. So using this function pull up down, you can set the default status. And here you can see I am setting default status as a down because my sensor is there, and it will generate high if any motion will detect it, and that's why by default I am setting it to 0, or you can say ground. So this is what the setup function is. And now next is the loop function. And here in loop you can see one infinite loop is there while true, and in infinite loop simply we are reading this switch. So you can see my second video of Raspberry Pi how to interface switch. So I'm using same function gpio.input in bracket. I'm passing the pin number argument, and I'm storing the value into one of the variable called button underscore state. Then I'm checking whether button underscore state is equal to true or not, because by default it is false, and if any activity will detect, it will become true, right? So here you can see once if it will become true, it will simply print following message, right? Activity detected. If not, then it will simply execute this pass. Now once if activity detected, it will again check in this while loop, and it will wait for 0.2 second. This is because once if activity is there, it will not continuously print this message activity detected. So that for that issue I am using this delay, right? And then I'm calling both the function, right? One setup and then loop. So in loop it will continuously check the status of this switch. So now here you can see we have the sensor interface with Raspberry Pi, actual sensor in hardware, and right side we have a code. And now I'm running the code. You can see this code is actually currently running on this Raspberry Pi board only. And when I will pass my hand in front of sensor, it will simply print this message activity detected. Once again you can see again it is sensing this motion, and it is printing this message activity detected. Again you can see. So this is how it will continuously sense, and if any motion will be there, it will simply print this message as per our logic. So this is how you can interface any sensor, right? Here you can see we have interface motion sensor, but you can consider any fire sensor, smoke sensor, or any such digital sensor. If that sensing element will present, let's say fire is present, then it will simply generate different type of output. So by monitoring those outputs, those digital pins, you can take the decision, right? Right now what we are doing, we are simply printing the message, right? So this is how you can take the decision. Now here we are adding led, right? With our same circuit, instead of printing message, here we are adding led. Here you can see one interface board I am using. Okay, 4 leds are present, so I am using one of the led, right? And here you can see same setup is there, only this development board I am using for led purpose, for adding led purpose. And you can see when I will pass my hand in front of sensor, you can see led is actually turning on. Again you can see, and it again led will turn on, right? So this is how you can uh, take decision, right? Instead of led you can consider buzzer, you can play buzzer. Okay, you can also turn on high voltage devices by using some relay type of mechanism, because Raspberry Pi will give a maximum 5 volt output, so you cannot control fan or uh, tube lights using Raspberry Pi, but you can use the relay, right? So this is how you can also control high voltage devices by sensing such quantities, right? So this is how you can interface sensor with digital sensor with Raspberry Pi board. Okay, so this is what for today. So please like my video and please subscribe my channel. Thank you.